What if everything you had planned for your future changed in a single moment? What if one unexpected day forced you to let go of the life you imagined and challenged you to create an entirely new one? Most people believe that success comes from living a perfect life. They think the strongest people are those who never face heartbreak, loss, or failure. But history tells a different story. Some of the world's most inspiring individuals became symbols of hope, not because life was easy, but because they refused to let life's hardest moments define them. Today, we explore the inspiring journey of Muniba Mazari, an artist, motivational speaker, television host, activist, and one of Pakistan's most recognized voices for resilience and hope. Her public story has inspired millions by showing that while we cannot always choose the challenges we face, we can choose how we respond to them. This is not simply a story about hardship, it is a story about courage, it is a story about rebuilding. It is a story about discovering purpose after unimaginable change. And most importantly, it is a story about finding light even in life's darkest moment. Before people around the world knew her name, Muniba Mazari had dreams like many young people. She imagined a future filled with possibilities. Like countless others, she hoped to build a meaningful life, overcome challenges, and create something valuable. No one expects their future to change overnight, yet life often reminds us that the unexpected can arrive without warning. Many people believe that when tragedy enters someone's life, hope disappears forever. They imagine that happiness, success, and purpose become impossible. But some individuals prove that this belief is simply not true. Muniba's public journey reminds us that resilience is not about pretending pain doesn't exist. It is about refusing to let pain become the final chapter of your story. Every one of us faces moments when life seems unfair. Perhaps you have experienced failure. Perhaps you have lost an opportunity you worked hard to achieve. Perhaps you have felt misunderstood, rejected, or uncertain about your future. Those experiences can make you question your strength. They can make you wonder if your dreams still matter. But the lives of truly inspiring people teach us something extraordinary. Your circumstances may change. Your plans may change. Even your path may change. But your ability to grow, inspire, and create meaning can remain stronger than ever. One of the reasons Muniba Mazari's story resonates with people across different cultures is that it speaks to a universal truth. Every human being will face challenges. While those challenges differ from person to person, the decision to move forward belongs to all of us. Strength is not measured by never falling. Strength is measured by rising after life has knocked you down. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to keep moving despite fear. Hope is not believing that life will always be easy. Hope is believing that tomorrow can still hold possibilities even after today's disappointments. As you watch this documentary, don't think of it only as the story of one remarkable woman. Think of it as a mirror. Ask yourself, how do I respond when life becomes difficult? Do I allow obstacles to define me? Or do I use them as opportunities to become stronger? These questions matter because every person's journey contains unexpected chapters. No one escapes hardship completely, but everyone has the ability to choose their response. Throughout this documentary, we'll explore the public milestones of Muniba Mazari's life, the challenges she has spoken about, the resilience she demonstrated, and the lessons that continue to inspire people around the world. Rather than focusing only on what happened to her, we'll focus on what her journey teaches about courage, perseverance, and the power of hope. Because the greatest inspiration is not found in a life without struggle. It is found in a life that refuses to surrender to struggle. So stay with us until the very end. You may begin this journey expecting to learn about one inspirational figure, but you may finish it believing something even more powerful, that no matter how difficult your own path becomes, your story is still being written. Your greatest chapter may still lie ahead, and sometimes the life you never planned becomes the life that inspires millions. Every inspiring journey begins long before the world notices it. Before the speeches, before the interviews, before millions of people came to know her name, Muniba Mazari was simply a young girl with hopes, dreams, and a vision for her future. Like many children, she imagined a life filled with possibilities. She was curious, creative, and drawn to expressing herself through art. From an early age, creativity became an important part of her life. Painting allowed her to communicate emotions that words sometimes could not. Colors, shapes, and imagination became a language of their own. Long before the world recognized her as an inspirational speaker, she was discovering the joy of creating something meaningful with her own hands. As she grew older, like many young adults, she also faced expectations from family and society. Life rarely follows a perfectly straight path, and every person reaches moments where personal dreams and outside expectations seem to collide. These experiences helped shape the perspective she would later share with audiences around the world. At that stage of her life, the future appeared full of possibilities. She had goals, ambitions, and plans that seemed within reach. Like millions of people, she expected that hard work and determination would help her build the future she imagined. None of us can predict how quickly life can change. Sometimes we spend years carefully planning tomorrow, only to discover that tomorrow brings something we never expected. That truth applies to every human being. No matter how carefully we organize our lives, unexpected moments have the power to change everything. This is one of the reasons Muniba Mazari's public story connects with so many people. It reminds us that uncertainty is part of life. We cannot always control what happens, but we can choose the attitude we bring to every challenge. As her life continued, she carried dreams similar to those of countless others to build a meaningful future, contribute something valuable, and create a life filled with purpose. At that point, she could not have imagined that her greatest influence would come not from the life she had planned, but from the strength she would later show in responding to circumstances beyond her control. This is an important lesson for all of us. Sometimes we become so attached to one version of success that we fail to see other opportunities waiting beyond it. When one dream changes, it does not mean life has run out of possibilities. It may simply mean that a different path is about to begin. Many people believe success follows a straight line. Reality tells a different story. The journeys that inspire us most are often filled with unexpected turns, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty. Yet those same moments become the foundation of wisdom, compassion, and resilience. Looking back, it is easy to see how every experience contributes to a larger story. But while living through those experiences, very few people realize where the road is leading. That is why faith in the future matters. Not because we know exactly what will happen, but because we believe that growth remains possible even when the destination is unclear. As Muniba's story continued, life was preparing her for a challenge that would change everything. The dreams she once imagined would soon be tested in ways few people ever expect. The future she had planned would no longer look the same, but although her circumstances would change dramatically, her ability to inspire others would eventually become greater than she could have imagined. Sometimes life takes away the path you expected so that you can discover a purpose you never knew existed. That truth is not easy to accept in the moment. It often becomes clear only after years of perseverance and reflection. For anyone watching today who feels uncertain about the future, remember this. Your current chapter is not your entire story. Your dreams may evolve, your direction may change, your plans may need to be rewritten. But as long as you continue to learn, adapt, and move forward, new opportunities can still appear. The strongest people are not those whose lives unfold exactly as planned. They are the ones who find hope when the plan changes. There are moments in life that divide our story into two chapters, asterisk asterisk before asterisk asterisk and asterisk asterisk after asterisk asterisk. For Muniba Mazari, one such moment came during a serious road accident that changed the course of her life forever. In interviews and public talks, she has described how that single event altered the future she had imagined. The life she knew was suddenly replaced by uncertainty, pain, and a long road to recovery. In an instant, everything changed. The dreams she had carefully planned, the future she had pictured, the ordinary moments she once took for granted, all of them suddenly seemed uncertain. After the accident, she suffered severe injuries that required extensive medical treatment and a long period of recovery. She has publicly shared that she underwent multiple surgeries and eventually began using a wheelchair. The physical pain was immense, but the emotional challenge was just as significant. Imagine waking up one day to discover that your life no longer looks the way you expected. Many people would ask, asterisk, why did this happen to me? Asterisk, many would lose hope. Many would believe their story had reached its end. Those feelings are understandable. When life changes so dramatically, fear and uncertainty often arrive before hope does. Recovery was not immediate. It demanded patience, it demanded courage, it demanded determination. Every small improvement required effort. Every day brought new challenges. Progress was measured one step at a time, and sometimes even those small steps felt incredibly difficult. Yet one of the most powerful lessons from Muniba's public journey is that while we cannot always control what happens to us, we can choose how we respond. There is a difference between experiencing pain and allowing pain to define your identity. Pain is real. Loss is real. Disappointment is real. But none of them have the final word unless we give them that power. Life often asks questions that have no easy answers. Instead of asking asterisk, why is this happening? Asterisk, sometimes the more powerful question becomes asterisk, how will I respond? Asterisk, that single shift in perspective can begin transforming despair into determination. Many people think courage means never feeling afraid. But courage is choosing to move forward even when fear is present. It is believing that life can still have meaning even when the future is uncertain. During difficult seasons, hope rarely arrives all at once. It grows little by little, one decision one day, one challenge at a time. Every sunrise becomes another opportunity to continue. Every small victory becomes proof that progress is possible. Every moment of perseverance builds strength that cannot be measured. The accident became a turning point, not because it erased every dream, but because it required new dreams to be created. Sometimes life closes one chapter without asking our permission. At first, that ending feels impossible to accept. But over time, new possibilities begin to appear where none seem to exist. This lesson reaches far beyond one person's story. Perhaps your challenge is different. Maybe you lost a job, maybe a relationship ended, maybe you faced failure after giving your best. Maybe life didn't unfold the way you expected. Remember this, an unexpected ending does not have to become a hopeless ending. The road ahead may look different, it may be more difficult, it may require patience you never imagined. But different does not always mean worse. Sometimes the path you never planned becomes the one that reveals your greatest purpose. Muniba Mazari's journey reminds us that strength is not discovered on easy days. It is revealed in the moments when everything seems uncertain and you choose to keep going anyway. No matter how heavy today's burden feels, never believe that this chapter defines your entire life. Every chapter eventually turns into another. Every storm eventually passes. Every difficult season eventually teaches something valuable. And sometimes the greatest comeback begins on the day life convinces you that everything is over.